The Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and lots of psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. You fucking boobs! What's up, creepers? And Geekers Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? If there's one thing people know, I got this the other day. Okay, check this out. You're supposed to do that to make the jaw move. An old friend of mine called me, messaged me, it's like, hey, my boyfriend has this, do you want it? If not, he's going to eBay it, so I went and grabbed it. But regardless, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about Skeletor's Havoc staff from the New Adventures of He-Man, which is a lot cooler than most people give it credit for. No, we're here to talk about an update. Tommy Tallarico gave us a kind of a brief update in the Atari Age forums. Now, if there's one thing the Creep is fucking known for, besides having a filthy mouth and not being able to articulate anything properly, is I can usually, bang, as soon as something comes up, I'm on it. I get the video out because I have the time. I'm lucky in that. But today, of course, I didn't get this out until, obviously, later in the evening. But that's because I was preoccupied. I went and picked up Mom. I went and picked up Mom this morning. She's at home. As a matter of fact, right when I was setting up this phone to do this video, she sent me a video chat just to talk to the girls, to thank them. We did this big welcome sign in their house and everything. So, I'm a little slow in the upchuck today on this thing. But you know what? Our buddy Pete of Open Every Box, he hit you up with the information this morning. I probably would not have even known about this if it wasn't for his video. So, dude, thank you. I'm going to put a link to his channel down below, and of course at the bottom left corner of the screen at the end of the video. Go check him out. He's the yin to my yang, and once you watch him, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Great content, very positive, just a good dude all around. Okay, so like I was saying, Tommy gave us an update as far as he talks about tooling and projected dates on pre-production / production kind of stuff. Numbers as far as how many units, time frames and stuff like that. Some of this information is pretty exciting. Some of it leaves a little bit to be desired, so to speak. I don't want to sit here and say it sounds troubling, but there's a time frame that is so tight that it's going to be a fucking miracle if he pulls this off. I have faith in him, but we also have to look at the reality of the situation. And even he goes on in here to say at some point that, fingers crossed, okay? Fingers crossed. But here is what he's outlined so far as projections and what he's anticipating on doing to get X amount to wherever. So in the first part of the paragraph, I'm going to be reading from the post. I printed up that specific thing. We're not going to read the whole thing. So if you see me looking down, you know, tits, all that. But in that paragraph, he starts talking about once the tooling is completed, hopefully in mid-May, they're going to manufacture 100 machines and they're going to fucking ship them FedEx directly to the United States. And there's going to be like a testing process for it. Some of them are going to go to a testing firm. Some are going to be done in-house. Some will go to developers so that they can finish what they've started, so to speak, for hardware-specific kind of stuff like that. But it's going to take about 2 months of doing rigorous testing on this thing. Both the hardware, meaning, you know, like dropping the console and the controller, pushing buttons a bajillion times, extreme heats, extreme colds, leaves it on overnight, doesn't turn it on for months, bangs the thing up, does everything you can do to a console, basically simulating years and years of use and then some within a short frame of time. And he's talking about that's going to be it's going to be about a 2-month process. And pray to God that they don't have to retool anything, because creating tools for this stuff, that means the stamps, you know, stamps for the plastic pieces. Because God forbid that they got to shift a button over like a hair, or make it bigger, or, you know, make it smaller or whatever. And this is just the hardware. I mean, then they got to go into the firmware and make sure all that's going to work out. It's going to be tough, Tommy. It's going to be tough, bud. But like you know, we're in there behind you. So he's saying that they can create 35,000 units per month right now. Now I'm wondering if these numbers are only because of the current event situations going on in the world right now. I'm willing to bet it is. Let me know down below, Tommy. I know you're watching this, because that number seems small to me. But there are smaller companies, probably a smaller firm manufacturing, which I will be asking him about here in the next couple of days. But we'll get to that when we get to it. And it also takes 1 month to ship from China to the United States. And I'm wondering if he's including, that means customs, because you got to remember there's going to be travel time, and then it's going to go through customs. I wonder if he's banking on it only taking a month, because sometimes these things can take longer, sometimes they can take shorter. Current event situations, illnesses, there's so much actually riding against these numbers. Again, not trying to be the negative Nancy, but I do have to be realistic. I really do. So moving forward, and then he goes on the list this time frame backwards. So I'm actually going to start from when it's supposed to happen. I'm going to go through the process of where he sees getting to October of 2020. So May 15th, mid-May, he was saying, they start the manufacture of those 100 units and they FedEx them to the United States for that extensive testing that we've talked about. Cool. June 1st starts the testing. By August 1st, hopefully they're manufacturing 35,000 units for September to ship to the United States. Okay? Takes a month to ship. September 1st, supposedly, there's no actual date. I'm just saying that myself. They ship to the States, and by October 1st, it hits our shores. And once it gets there, it gets distributed however it gets distributed, whether it's going to go to retail and whatever. Of course, the founders units and those who ordered the VIP. I'm hoping, pretty damn sure, those people are going to get first picks before any retail establishment. And Bob's your uncle there. Again, 35,000 units doesn't seem like a lot per month, especially when you figure it's going to take a month to get here. So trying to fulfill the needs might be a little tough. And even he's saying everything here is dangerously close when it comes to time frames and the deadline. So just to sum that up again, May 15th, they get 100 units. June 1st, they start testing them. August 1st, they start manufacturing. And in September, they will have that 35,000 units, and they will ship it, hopefully, to be here by October 1st. Wow! So between what I was talking about with customs, they come across any testing issues. I mean, you got to remember, the testing phase is to make sure things jive. And if they don't jive, then that's going to stop this timeline, unfortunately. So, you know, I wish them all the best on that. Not to mention, of course, current events, which I will not say. Lastly, he goes on to talk about the importance of the date 10/10/2020. And I do not know the history of this, but it coincides with honoring his sister, Karen. He writes that in here. I don't know, again, the history of what it was, but it sounds to me like this is a personal date. This is a date that someone would set and would do whatever it takes to make that happen. Now, please do not mix my words here, because I am not going to say that anybody would do that, but I understand sentimental shit. I do. I just hope that Tommy is not locked into that date so emotionally that he'd be willing to cut a few corners to get it in the hands of people on 10/10. Again, because of an emotional and not necessarily a logical standpoint. I don't see him being that type of guy, but if I see something that could possibly be, I have to talk about it. So, there it is. 30,000 units to be on the States by October 1st, so long as the 100 units being tested. 100 units, you know, give or take, however many out of there. Go forward. So, I don't know. I'll try to find this thread again. Just go to the Atari Age forums. Look for the Tommy Tellerico Q&A. It's somewhere near the 580 something. I'll try to put a link to it. If not, somebody please do it for me. That forum, the pages start filling up so quickly. It is tough to keep up with it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Leave me feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. Do you think Tommy will be able to do this? And it's not just Tommy. You gotta remember, there's a team here. There's a team both here in the States and a team in China. So, I keep saying Tommy because he is the head. But this is a collaborative thing, you know. Do you think it's possible? I mean, that is, and even he said dangerously close. A dangerously close time frame to meet their deadline. But either way, guys, I hope you're doing well. I really do. And thanks always so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, take care. Creep it real.